Kyle. This guy, yo. Are we starting?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Lovely Important Nonsense Podcast. This is your boy, Matt Spellen.
Hello.
And I am joined today with my good friend.
Zain the motherfucking dragon.
Oh, wow.
The motherfucking dragon.
Wow, do not get me in this motherfucker upset, yo. I will start turning all the way up.
Gotta turn it around. They don't pay us.
They don't pay us.
We just gotta blur that whole block.
We gotta blur all that. They be all right. No, we could keep the back. They can't see the name. The name is what's done.
Oh.
Damn, dog. Talk about over advertising.
We need like a tube, like a whole tube that just blocks it.
I have to put a big ass black mark in the middle of the shit. This is the nonsense episode of the Lovely Important Nonsense. Zain came here. We tried this shit a year ago.
Yeah.
All right.
We were actually predicting stuff, right?
Yeah, we was predicting things which came into fruition, which makes me nervous to have him on. I waited a whole nother year because I was like, yo, listen, I can't have them boys.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
At
He ain't going nowhere. Technically not really, because there's that. But yeah, man, that was
introduce
wild.
yourself for everybody, please.
How's it going? My name is Zain, and I'm a photographer and filmmaker, and I also like jokes, believe it or not.
He likes a lot of jokes.
A lot of jokes.
Zain is if you've seen the magazine, the Therapy Without a Degree series that's coming out, Midnight Chaser 2 that's coming out with Matthew in it. If you think I forgot, you gotta fuck up. And a whole bunch of other spectacular ass shit that this man has done. He likes to keep it real. He likes to keep it undercover and very modest. But I support. I think you should flaunt it a little bit more. Honestly,
I do. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie.
Flaunt it enough.
I don't flaunt it enough.
No,
right?
You need. Listen, this is what you need, though. It's not like I'm a businessman or nothing, right?
Right.
Because I am, right? This is what I think. You need to stop bullshitting and start really pushing your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, this guy actually made this.
It's pretty dope.
He actually made this. You know what I'm saying? All right, and even though he's a tightwad when it comes down to money and shit, he does a really great job. So I mean, you should really show your shit more. People don't know you do shit like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just think you out here giving magazines and shit like that, and
you gotta be low. You gotta be low key.
Yeah, I feel you.
You gotta be low key.
Sometimes
because people want your time.
Nah, let them see it. Fuck it.
But you be doing stuff too on the low.
Joe.
Yeah. So don't be coming at me. Niggas a Power Ranger on the low. That's why there's a helmet there. Just like the real Green Ranger.
I've been trying to tell people that since since I announced it on Instagram that I'm the real Green Ranger, but
they don't believe you. Because Vader was black, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Let me be 100 with you, yo. Jason David Frank is one of my favorite because he's a legit fighter.
Yeah, he actually could whoop ass.
I'll hit him with a takedown.
The real Green Ranger against the Green Ranger.
I appreciate everything he did. I'll stuff a takedown on that boy.
I gotta see that.
And I will hold him to the floor until he goes sleep. All right. I think about shit like that. This is the problem with being a fighter or a former fighter or whatever the fuck, right? I'm still a fighter because I grapple, right? So the problem is that when you see people, you automatically analyze them out.
Like a photographer to photographer.
Yeah, you photographer. This is why also I can't watch street fights and shit like that because it drives me nuts, yo. It drives me nuts watching street fights.
Because you be like, yo, you could have took him down.
I was like, I be looking at street fights like, yo, you'd have went to sleep if it was me, man. Or I see a female start swinging and shit. I'm like, yo, she should take one of my classes.
You should just throw your at just under there, like for y'all really to define your skills.
That's what I should do. I should like find like hood fights,
right?
And as it gets crazy and the cops are starting to like pick everybody up and shit, I just throw my card on the floor,
just
like,
scatter it on the set.
When you want some revenge, like when you real serious about this, you come holler at me. I'll show you actually how to throw that. And then at the back, I write on the back like, yo, you're right. You should did a check right hook because your shit was sloppy.
Just to personalize.
Just to personalize it. You should have did a check right hook. I could show you how to do that. BulletproofFitness.com. Come get that 8-week transformation program. You think I wasn't back on my promo?
Just insert that
in last
there.
time I had you on, what was you doing? We was talking about conspiracies and Epstein's and stuff like that. And we did decide that we was going to try to stay clear of it because they shut us down.
Yeah, because we're not talking about it no more.
Yeah, we're not talking about it.
But I want to talk about it.
We're not going to say the name of who we're talking about, but it does rhyme with Stan Lee, right?
right.
Okay, so let's just say this guy, right? It's funny how everything comes back to him, even now.
Right.
And I don't like it. Right? So I'm hearing things like, oh, he might have been an agent. You know what I'm saying?
Who's an agent? The person,
the guy that rhymes with ketamine. Right? Right. Because we don't want to get shut off. You know what I'm saying? We don't fucking with the Clinton algorithm.
Oh,
right,
I got you.
So,
I got it.
So it's funny how everything comes back, even when it came down to the corona. Now, I don't want to say what I heard about this corona situation.
Mm-hmm. Don't tell me that was just a way to move. Wait a minute. Oh man, how you gonna bring me on? I gotta have like a blur face, like when I'm talking to Matt over here with the information. I feel like you the agent just trying to get information out of me.
As soon as you walk out of here, the FBI gonna be standing out there like, come on,
we got him.
We knew you knew. Yo.
Nah, but imagine what a coincidence that all of a sudden that came to be. After the whole, the incidents and the direction of our attention went straight out of that whole, because do you know how big that chain is for names to be dropping? Tom Cruise left. I mean, not Tom Cruise. Tom Panks. You know Tom
Panks.
Tom Panks.
Yeah.
With a P.
Yep.
He left. He got a citizen in another country.
Why not?
And I was like, why did you leave? And then the
So I heard this cool theory. They were saying that maybe because it's the guy that rhymed with trampoline,
mm-hmm.
right? They said that he might have been like, working with these agencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was really close in the scientific community, but people didn't really feel that he was a scientist. And now, what if you brought these people to an island,
right,
where it's all rules, no rules?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in a compromising position where
mm-hmm.
they're like 14-year-old looks like a fucking 18-year-old,
mm-hmm.
some shit like that. Not saying that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They find out we got pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to do shit I'm telling you do.
Oh, that makes so much sense in the movie. In the movie, that makes sense.
Yeah, in the movie,
but even though it's reality.
In the past events of 2020, how we not think that most of this shit seems like a movie? It feels like we played out a movie.
It was Black Mirror season 5.
You know what I like to compare it to? I feel like it's Black Mirror and Vince McMahon.
Oh,
all right, that's what it feels like to me.
Right.
To me, it feels like Black Mirror and Vince McMahon, because let's talk about this whole political bullshit. Right. So like you say, I'm in my bag. I apologize. I told you this the shit that stopped the prohibition. I'm trying to tell you, right? Okay. You want to scoot? You want to do you want limbo underneath? Cat has to leave.
It's like blurred.
Have a good one, Cat.
See you later, Cat.
But what was I saying?
You were talking about the McMahon.
Oh yeah. So I go, okay. So first off, we have this guy that came into power, right? And he started this movement. And then when he came into power, he started this movement. People was on board. People got really weird. It's like a whole faction happened. Then all of a sudden got politicians together, and then everybody was with him. It was like now it became this movement with these guys with white and red hats wanting to versus everybody else, right? No. They wanted to versus the opposition, which was the people, the BLM, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it became.
Right.
Them versus BLM. BLM got a little silent because legislations and quietness, quarantine, things like that happened and became, okay, now who we need to focus on, who's helping BLM. So we're going to work with
they said the Democratic Party.
The Democratic Party must be the ones helping the BLM. So it became them versus the Democratic Party.
Right.
Republicans started jumping in. This is a fucking wrestling move, right? So it sounds like a wrestling game. So this is all wrestling to me, right? So now it became one faction got quieted and destroyed because a bigger faction happened, and now that's them and them, right? So now they're facing each other in some bullshit, compromise. All of a sudden, things had to get quiet. Right. They turn it back up. He starts talking crazy. He's promoting like a motherfucker now. He's promoting crazy Twitter texts. He's saying he's firing this guy, blah, 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 going on rampages online and shit like that, almost like the Macho Man on a fucking Tuesday night.
Are you talking about Vince?
No, I'm talking about the Mr. Number 45, right? He's going nuts now. Now everybody's rising back up. Everybody's back up, and they're like, let's go against those dudes again. Now BLM has no choice but to jump in with these guys because nobody even listening to BLM anymore. So it was like, fuck it, your enemy is our enemy, and we gotta fuck with them now, right?
Right.
So now we jump start. They get us fucking a Superman comes in because the fucking white and red house was winning.
Right.
Superman jumps in. Who's this guy? The guy fucking Biden, Kamala. We're gonna say that they're the new John Cena. So they pop in, they save the day and shit, and now we got them. Right. Now there's no war.
As we know.
Now it's just all the focus is on the Senate, and the Senate's are now going back and forth, Republican and Democratic Senate. And I'm like, okay, if you map this out properly, what's gonna happen is that something bigger is gonna happen. It's gonna be a big fight.
Well, they said that the starting of the year, they always start the same BS starting of the year, and then it trickles. So why are they replaying the same thing starting now?
Every year, dude, it's the same pattern.
It's the same pattern.
I know that sounds like a lot for a lot of people to hear.
But they don't pay attention to the pattern.
It's the same pattern, though. It's every year.
Every year.
Every year is the same
pattern.
We
start off with shootings, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, what it's going to be is going to be in reverse, okay? Because now it's going to be the blue people is going to be with the new John Cena ahead, and then there's going to be another group that rises up, and they want to fight.
Right.
It's going to be stupid.
Right.
All right. And I was telling my friend this, and I was like, yo, this is going to suck, and I hate saying this. And this is probably the worst thing I could probably say. I said, yo, people aren't about togetherness until they're afraid that somebody's going to blow us up.
Right. And then guess what happens? So the internal part only can stop is if you create an external, which would be an outside enemy.
Right.
Wow.
Remember what happened with us fighting Russia? What happened there? Where were we?
But did we forget about not just Russia? Did we forget about ISIS?
Dude, do you know he's facing international warrant? He has an international warrant right now.
Well, that's they're gonna let him. They're gonna take him. That's it. Like the only reason that
he's trying to indict him,
right?
Because if they indict him, he can't do nothing about that international warrant.
Exactly, they're taking him.
He's touchable.
So right now that he's not president, you think they're gonna?
They could leave. No, they still gotta leave him alone because
he's an expert.
He's an ex-president. But if they indict him, he's touchable again.
So he's still under.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't just like not be the president no more and then go back to being a regular person. No, that's not what happened. No, the government take care of you for a while.
Yeah. Well, no, you get like forever private security because they don't want you talking.
Right.
That's why.
Why not?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wouldn't want you talking either.
Right. So that's why he's on private.
Imagine the president making a tell-all book.
Well, yeah, they can't do the tell-all except for like you could talk around it, but you can't do a tell-all. But that's why they keep eyes on you. Oh, you have security. The security is not really for you. The security is on two factors. One, they don't want you to talk, and two, they don't want anybody to take you so you can talk. Yeah. So that's why. Those are the two reasons. Other than that, like you're pretty much set for life. Now, and Trump on the other hand, they're keeping close eyes on him because he's a businessman and he don't give a damn. And you know he's gonna be talking.
They're trying to indict him also because you can't profit as a former president if you indict it. Well, not indicted, impeached. Sorry, I keep saying indicted. Impeached.
If you're impeached.
Yeah, if you're impeached, you can't profit of being a former president.
So I think they need to put that.
But wasn't he impeached already?
Yeah, he was, and then he got impeached again. But
how do you not get impeached the first time?
So I don't know how he did it.
How do you get impeached but not suffer any consequences? I thought once you get impeached, that's it.
No, it is it. But what happened was when he was getting impeached, something else happened. I forgot what happened. That it was something that they needed his action, and it was the corona thing. Before he got really impeached, that's when the corona thing started to happen.
I think I'd have been pissed off too if I found out that you guys were trying to get me out of here, and then I just got saved by a fucking virus. I'll be like, yo, oh yeah.
And then they needed him to...
Now niggas go to the Capitol. now go to the Capitol now.
So that's what I feel happened because that was what was going on. It was like he was getting, and then all of a sudden, like that was when the trial happened, and then when the trial happened with not even with him, it was like multiple trials that were going on. And then all of a sudden, all right, the only way we could get this attention off is with the whole virus thing and whatnot. I was like, wow, you guys are geniuses. And then Mr. F, the director of the CDC and all that fun stuff.
Oh, we could say Fauci.
Oh yeah, Fauci. He works with Bill Gates. That's one of his. They're linked.
He got a whole different swagger now. You seen ever since Trump is out of office.
They brought him back and he's like, yeah, 75, 80%. Y'all can get the vaccine now. You're like, what?
But he don't even know. I don't like the fact that he doesn't even know. You get what I'm saying? Because he's the one that told us to wear masks, and now he's saying, now he even says the masks are ineffective.
Because they were never.
Yeah, he said the masks are ineffective.
It was never.
But now we're all like, we're freaking out because now everybody's wearing masks. You can't even go into a place without a mask. Like,
they got signs for that.
How crazy things just changed overnight, yo.
Right?
Like, we legit went from everybody was chilling, hugging, kissing, fucking, whatever.
Hey, stop it. If anything went up.
If anything, fuck out of here, yo. If anything went up, people so much getting their back blown. But yeah, all this craziness, and then over like legit in a few months, the whole world changed. Was like, yo, we gotta wear a mask and shit.
That changes dating, man. Like a lot of stuff. Like
I think that needed to be changed.
You know what? To be more creative, but it stopped a lot of things. Like, say, I want to do certain activities. Now it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. You got to think.
I told people, I was like, you know what? Corona showed us who is really important and what's important to us during that time. You're like, what would you willing to spend your time with? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, honestly, this sucked. I couldn't imagine not being with my kids and shit like that during that time.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who was trying to talk to me or whatever. I was like, nah. I remember getting called, why don't you come? I was like, nah, mama. I'm back home with the family.
Right.
Get off my phone. Don't ever hit me back up. Are you stupid?
Right.
You might got corona. Like everybody had corona. I think everybody was sick.
Right. I think honestly, I think I had it way before it was like before they even mentioned it on television. I think maybe around December. They started talking about it when like February, March. Yeah. I'm like, I thought I was gonna die in December.
Yeah, there was a time.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I also thought so. Like it was yeah, like the December, November area.
Yeah, around that time, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Work, and I remember I was sick. And I was like, yo, I'm going to sweat this shit out.
Right, and it didn't go away.
I'm a savage, yo. Let me tell you, I get sick with a fever. I'm the dude, I put on like 2 thermals. I put on a hoodie. I wrap up in some covers, and I will sweat wet, like all the way through my sleep. Wake up feeling all refreshed, like wow, like I'm like I'm stupid. Whatever. Don't judge me. My kid, I was told that if you sweat it out, you could get it out. Right. So I just said, fuck it, I'll sweat it out. I usually wake up feeling better. If it might be a placebo, but it's been working for 30-something years, so fuck it. But yeah, I remember that one day because I don't get sick. I don't get sick that easily. Like it takes a lot for me to get sick. I think I was run down and I just got it. I got something. It was hard. It was heavy for like 24 hours though, because I think I kicked it the next day and I just went to work. Right. But again, this is before they was all talking about coronaviruses and shit. No, this is during the time it was only on TV in China. Like, right,
exactly. Yeah, when it was there, and then I was like, then why?
Then it started getting to Europe, and then we're like,
get a little close.
And then it was like, oh, we found a few cases in America, right?
But
in
that
New
was
York.
bound to happen because people travel in Europe and China and all that over there. So what did the people think? And the problem was they didn't even do no travel checks at all, or tell people to quote unquote wear a mask, if anything. Like that wasn't. So you hear about shit going on in China, and then you don't think that people travel. So you don't think maybe you should be really anal about the airlines? Okay, whatever. Or maybe
that was one of the first things that went down though. The airlines, they're one of the first businesses that dropped.
Exactly.
When the Corona thing, when the lockdown happened, that was one of the first companies.
But they didn't take no type of procedure to take care of that, and that was the issue. So then I was like, all right, cool. I was like, it's bound to come over here because I know they ain't doing nothing to stop that.
Dude, I was counting the days. I remember going to work and they were just like. We just kept going like, yo, you hear this? And what's the name? I remember this one African dude. He was so fucking annoying about it, though. He was so fucking annoying. He was just like, you think that it's not coming? It's coming. I think I did a bad African. But you think it's not coming? It's coming. So, what is that? It's a terrible African.
You got to talk in a sing-song type of tone.
It's not even a sing-song. I don't know what the hell. That shit. My African had a dot on his forehead. It was red. But yeah, damn, I'm adjusting like a motherfucker. Yo, these pants are riding up my dick. I hope they don't got this.
It's not the gray day, is it?
It's not the gray day. Y'all gonna see a giant bulge. But yeah, I remember this guy, he just couldn't shut up, and he was just like, "They're gonna shut us down. They're gonna shut us down." I'm just like, "All right, man, let us shut us down." So when he started bugging, I started getting more into the research, and I was just like, maybe I should start stacking my chips.
Yep.
So I started like stacking, bringing stuff home. Like I was already on it. I'm already a paranoid type of guy. So, you know what I mean? The wife was paranoid too. Right. So she was like, you know, she had a whole bunch of shit at the crib too. And then all of a sudden they were just like, we're locking things down. People went nuts and started buying toilet paper.
Which I'm still to this day.
Listen,
what we doing?
At the end of the day, nobody's toilet paper game looking like my toilet paper game. You understand me? I got like 5 asses in the crib, so like our toilet paper game is crazy. We had toilet paper already. We was looking at everybody else like, you ain't got no toilet paper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we was looking at everybody else. I ain't got toilet paper, yo.
So we've been stacking.
And one thing we don't fuck around with, we'll fuck around with that toilet paper, yo. I'm about to put a bidet in the house, but that's besides the point, yo.
Oh yeah, you just like
when I get that bidet in the motherfucking crib, yo. I don't care how people. And you know what I don't understand? America, right?
Why don't we have that?
This is an American thing. It's an American thing that we don't have bidets. It's everywhere else. I feel like you don't think it's more savage to wipe your own asshole. Like, you don't think it's more savage to, I get toilet paper, shove in my butt, pull out. That's way more savage than some nice, cool, brisk, warm water jettison your asshole clean till that it's lickable, right? You know what I'm saying? I pause on that. I ain't getting my asshole like that's a good thing. But I'm just saying, right? You feel me? Like, we're the only fucking country that be like, oh, this is okay for us to grab a fucking piece of thin cloth, wrap it around our fucking fingers, and reach into our ass and pull shit out and dump it in the toilet. Nobody else thinks that's a little bit more savage. But they will look at you stupid if you was like, yeah, I don't wipe my ass. I got a bidet, my boy. It does it for me. I don't need to.
Right.
It's air dry. It's warm. You know what I mean?
I never used one, but it'd be interesting.
Brody, let me tell you something. It changed your whole outlook on life, though. I don't play around with the back game. I'm going to tell you, right? You know how I am. We know us. We don't got to go back into stories.
Right.
You know I don't play games like that, right? And change your life. You understand me? You're gonna be like,
because they're starting to sell it on my fucking IG,
bro. It's
like they have stuff you can install.
They got the connection one now, yo.
Yeah,
like
I was like,
beings. Yo, a shout out, yo. Any bidet company, yo, just hit me up for endorsement, like for sponsorship, yo. Because I'll take your bidet and use that motherfucker.
I already got commercial ideas.
Yo, they got the one with the heated seats. Psst, come on. And I gotta reach into my own asshole and grab with a fucking piece of thin paper. I guarantee you think about that shit today.
I'm gonna be looking at my toilet.
I guarantee you, like, you're gonna be dropping the shit and you're gonna look at your toilet paper like, this is kind of crazy.
It is.
This is kind of crazy. We're the only country that thinks this is okay.
And you know what? There's a lot of stuff that's
not so far removed from the left hand situation. Where
you don't shake your hand
because you wipe with your left hand,
right? And we eating shit from the same hand.
I quit with humans.
Oh god!
And then they go, oh, you gotta put, yeah, motherfucker. But I'm watching you. I'm putting my Amazon cart going in right now. Stupid. Y'all.
I know your wish list is gonna look like.
It's not in the wish list. It's in the cart. I'm purchasing that shit this weekend, yo. It's nuts. I might do a video with me sitting on the bidet.
That's a commercial, man.
Yeah, they better highlight.
I was about to get the thing you sit on, right? Uh-huh. That step stool when you poop, because we've been pooping wrong.
Right.
I was thinking about getting that, because I'll be using like what happened? The Squatty Potty, yeah. Shout out to Squatty Potty. I actually use my garbage bin to stand. yo, I went to this older. I kid you not. I was a CNA, right? And I'm at this older. I'm doing like the person's house where what we did was they live in like little. It was in the facility, but like they had their own little off spot from the facility, so you go to their little area, right? Right.
So I go into their little house type of thing, because we in a little. They have like community. It's like
I think I seen that when I was in Virginia. They had these. It's for older people.
Yeah. So they got like
it's like a one floor
hospital, not a hospital, but they got like a daycare type of whatever type of big building or whatever. Sometimes some people are long term in there, some people aren't. And then the people who aren't long term, they have like a whole community around that spot. Yeah, and then, so
yeah,
I worked in one of those areas, right? This guy, right? He just like, he wanted to live, by himself, but he was in the bed all the time. You know what I mean? So he was in the bed, and I used to be like, "Yo, Mr. John, I'm gonna take a shit in your house." And he goes like, "You make sure you flush. You make sure you flush." And I was like, "Okay." Of course, Mr. John, make sure you're flush, right? And he'd be like, "Hi." He said, "I bet black people shit big." John's a little racist. Dude. I love that little racist joke. I used to talk. He was Italian. I used to talk shit to him all the time.
Oh
I was
my
like, "Yo,
god,
go eat a spaghetti meatball, you motherfucker." Those are the greatest relationships, yo. When they're older and they talking shit, you get to talk shit back. Yo, he had this whole long story. Anyway. He had one of them squatty potties, you know what I mean? With the knees up to your chest and shit like that. So you could just remove it, right? I know because I have to put him on there when I'm seeing there. I gotta kind of help him go walk over there, and then he sits on there, take down his pants, he sits down there, whatever. So I'm like, I should use a squatty potty. It's a big ass plastic thing that you sit on, and it got this fucking your knees rise. I was like, I shouldn't use a squatty potty, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just use it, see what it's about, right? My fucking knees up to my chest, right?
Nigga changed his life.
Like this. I'm up there looking fucking yo. I ain't never shit so smooth in my life, yo.
That shit was like, hey.
That shit was, it was like, oh.
He's like, I've been shitting wrong this entire
time. What is happening?
Time.
That's just. I was like, okay.
Right?
I was just like, oh, he got the wave, yo. I couldn't wait to go to Mr. John's house. It was the only place I felt comfortable shitting like that, yo. I couldn't do it in my own crib. I couldn't put my knees to my chest and look like a bird perched on a fucking branch.
That shit's effective. I said that shit is effective.
That shit's effective, though, yo. Shout out to anybody who got that squatty potty, man.
Oh, my God.
Yo, squatty potty, hit me up, yo. You want a sponsorship? I'll fuck with you, too.
Put their logo in the corner.
Yeah, put their logo right there in the corner, yeah. That, oh man,
But it does change the way you poop. Like I be looking up weird shit, like aside from the conspiracy theories, but like I be paying attention. I'm like, how's this shit? Like people don't be paying attention, bro. They're so into their social media and all types of stuff, and so focused on not wanting to go to work that I'm just like, do you understand what the hell is happening around you? Do you understand that as soon as you're born, you're stamped? Like the moment you're born, you're bound to pay you owe the government. Like the moment you're born,
you owe for being alive.
Yeah. And then we don't question that because I was having guys, I had a conversation with somebody. It was the craziest shit ever. Hear this out.
I'm listening.
America, on top of the world as well, but just America has been raised on Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, because we believe we're the best in the world, but we're not the best in the world. This is fun. Damn, I'm patriotic, bro.
I'm patriotic.
I just want you to know that.
But it's just.
But like, yeah, you're right, because we're like what? We're not the first in any type of literacy. We're not the first in the academics.
No.
Well, only thing we're first in is military power. So like.
But our education is crap. But we have great education system. But you're in debt. It's not like they make it, we want you to be smart. No. We want you. You can't be smart and be in the top military at the same time.
It just shows that how greed became the absolute focus point of our society.
Territory control.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like universities need money to be alive. Federal agencies need money to be alive. People need money to be alive. So it's always going to be like
they get paid $60,000 a year just to be FBI.
Like there's certain
that they be coming after people with millions of dollars.
I heard the police now gets paid more because of everything that's been happening. They raised. I feel like, but that's not crazy to me. Here, this is why I feel like it's a little crazy. I feel like no. I think the police force should get more money.
Oh, absolutely.
The police force should get more money. Absolutely. But I really feel like they should be focusing on these guys' health, like mentally. Like I really think they should focus on how these guys, their mental health, and how these guys train. Like they need to be training constantly. If I was a soldier, as a soldier, I'm always training. I'm always getting ready for battle.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen because my first battle might be my last battle.
Right.
Right. So now this is legit from experience. Why do we have a 265-pound fucking man, overweight, belly hanging over the side of his goddamn pants, right? Doing fucking patrol on Brooklyn streets and think they're going to catch a 155-pound boy whose feet is nasty fast, right?
Right.
There's no fucking way. What is he going to do? The first thing he's going to do is what? Pull something out.
Right.
What? He don't know he pulling out. He pulling out tasers. He pulling out guns. We don't know. He pulling out something out because he's a fucking fat, lazy shit who can't get his shit together and he's depressed.
But he got a good aim, though.
But he got good aim.
Because I don't need to run.
But he's depressed as fuck.
Right.
And the first thing he could do, his lazy ass could do is shoot me. Whatever. Why is he on patrol?
Right.
Like,
but
why
what's
is
he
he out
working?
here?
But the thing is, you work so hard. When do they have it mandatory working out? What mandatory workout do they don't?
Like,
that doesn't exist.
Like they should be like.
And there's no mandatory workout. There's no mandatory mental therapy unless you do something wrong.
20% of their time should be training.
Absolutely.
24% of 24 hours of their time should be training.
But shout out to Newark for not having killed anybody for a year.
Because Newark's been on their game.
Deescalate. Like why isn't that on the news?
Quiet now, yo.
Quiet. They said they have a new de-escalating program that they didn't shoot or kill nobody.
Yo, they don't play.
How insane is that?
We're talking about Newark that just came from like a few years ago. All you heard about was the shooting, killing, carjackings in Newark. That's all you heard about.
Right. That's all you heard.
Last, what was it, 3 years? It's just they've been going hard over there. They're gonna bring that same energy by me. They brought that same energy by me a little bit. Patterson's been doing a little bit better.
So
too.
They been taking the de-escalation program, or is it they just
de-escalation program? They're trying to.
They're trying that out too.
Because right now, pretty much Newark is like the
staple.
Yeah, that is staple. So then other programs are gonna start adapting it. You know what I mean?
I hope they do because it's
Canada's
just
pretty good too.
I haven't heard nothing from even because I feel like certain places you don't hear like it's expected, so you don't hear nothing.
Yeah, now you hear more things like Patterson and stuff like that. But even those things are like
it's not even that serious.
You know, it's serious.
It's serious, but
it's
not
serious.
like,
But it's like somebody was in Patterson when they got jammed up. You know what I'm saying? So like somebody got like it was this dude who got like a murder charge. I was looking at it yesterday. He got like a murder charge and a robbery. He was hauled up in Patterson. He wasn't like. You know what I'm saying? So they just went and got him in Patterson. So it's a Patterson situation.
Right.
You know? But it didn't happen in Patterson.
Ah,
you know what I'm saying?
I see what you're
you know
saying.
What I mean? Like, so it's like, you know, there's a lot of stuff like that. So I think the program might be doing really well.
I hope. Well, it should be the first case because if you're as a citizen, you shouldn't be killed in your city.
Right.
Without any pre-measure. Like, granted, you're not supposed to be aiming no guns at a cop, but even so, y'all outgun the individual. And it's usually just one. And then when you see those videos where it's just one dude, you're telling me that you can't y'all not investing in a gun that is like a trank dart or something like that?
I don't know about tranks, yo. Some of these motherfuckers need to get shot. You know what I mean? Like,
no, absolutely. But then what's
on some dark shit? But like, yeah. Like,
but think
if you
about
like
it.
Hurting kids and shit like that. You need to get like bust. You need to get one in the dome. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm at heart. I'm really Batman, and I really am actually no more so the Red Hood. But the real reason is that doesn't help the system do what it needs to do, and that's the problem. And that's what I'm saying. But it's just like if the cops don't let you go to court, then it kind of defeats the whole purpose. If the cops are judge and jury, and now you have Judge Dreads everywhere using their personal judgment based off their prejudice on you.
But that's the whole point of what I'm saying about they need like the extra mental help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, these people should be like they should be like, you gotta know who's going out there. You know?
Right.
Like if they're gonna be out there, they need to be Judge Dredd type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I need them motherfuckers focused.
Right.
They ain't here to do their job and they getting the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? I don't need them in there. You know what I mean? Like going through past child traumas and then putting that shit on me, and then I gotta lose my life because your ass can't get your shit together from something.
Yeah, my wife cheated on me. She looked something just like this dude.
92, and this bitch, you got divorced, and now you know what I mean? Like I don't want to deal with none of that.
Right.
You know I had a weird anxiety attack about that shit the other day. Like I know it was a little personal, but whatever. You know, I usually don't talk about personal shit.
Right.
But like one day I was thinking about it. I was like, I did all this fucking amazing things, right? Or I did all this cool stuff, things that I can have stories about, tell my kids about. One day they're going to be old enough I could share these experiences with them. And then a fucking tree could fall on me. Like a fucking tree or some dude with a bad day could end my shit.
Right.
And I'm just thinking, like, how many times have I been the guy with the bad day, right? So I'm just like, so I'm saying that, like, damn, dogs. I'm like, damn, yo, like.
That's why I'm saying, like, you just never know. And that's just like, I feel like people need to de-escalate some issues opposed to just kind of reacting to it. Because, like I said, I'm, like, very, like, Red Hood. Like, I relate to him. Like, instead of Batman bringing him in, beating him up and bringing him in, it's just like, why not just end it and call it a day? But then, granted, it doesn't make you any different than them.
Fuck it.
But there's certain people like, nah. You know what I'm saying? But then, also, if you look at it as a whole, imagine you being born into this world, and now where you're born, there's a majority that tells you what to do as an individual, aside from skin color.
Right.
Like, I say I'm going to take 25 years of your life. I don't agree on you taking 25 years of my life. It doesn't matter. You're going to jail because you're a citizen. You were already stamped since birth, and we have every right to tell you you're going to go to prison for 25 years of your life.
Let me tell you something.
That makes sense to people?
That doesn't make sense to me.
You're taking my time, and I have no say.
I remember when I was locked up, I did remember sitting there and being like, how the fuck is these people allowed to just put me in this motherfucker?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they decided that, oh, I did something bad. Or they not even sure if they have the right evidence or anything. They just decided, you know what? We're not sure, but we're going to just put this motherfucker in here. Like, who gives these motherfuckers the right to do that?
And what's the point?
You know what I mean? And what's the point of all this? I don't know, man.
Right. And that's why I'm saying I feel like there's an issue, but as a society, in order to keep things in check, you have to make an example out of people in order for them to send a ripple effect.
Don't get me
which
wrong.
makes sense.
I do believe some motherfuckers do need to be in.
Oh, there's some people that need to be
niggas
in dark
need to be,
places.
Yeah, there's some motherfuckers that need not only cages, they need some box. They need a box.
Right.
But like, I mean, like, it's tough to be like who deserves to be in there, who doesn't deserve to be in there.
And it's a
There's
majority.
some absolutes like murder,
rape,
like, you know what I mean, molestation, those type of things. There's some absolutes,
right,
that we all could agree on, not even as a species, that it's wrong. Like, there's something coded inside you.
It's like, that's not right.
That's not right. We shouldn't do that.
Right.
But like, things like, I accumulated too many traffic tickets.
That's subjective. So to have someone's life to be away for months, or it doesn't matter.
Take away their family or whatever.
Right.
You know, you don't know what type of impact you put on that family. You don't know what type of impact you put. For what? A few dollars? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's just like, so that ripple effect was really was directed over like a specific group of people, which is fucked up. And that's the issue. So all these kids not growing up without their family, and then they're supposed to grow up normal.
Like, I was thinking about like the weed situation, right?
Which
marijuana.
All of a sudden is cool now.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. So I'm sitting there like, okay, my bad. Okay, my man got it. I was like, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, all those people over the years, over the decades, that lost their family, their dad had to go in there because he had to make $2 or whatever. Everybody that lost someone because of this plant, right? This little stupid ass, stinky ass plant that all it does is fucking make you feel good for a minute.
Right.
Right? Never made no one go into a psychotic, suicidal, murderous spree.
Right.
Never made anyone do genocidal, maniac shit.
No.
Some people probably smoked some weed before they committed like suicide or some nonsense like that. But they was going to do that shit anyway, right? It wasn't the weed that made them do it. They was already going to do it. So we know all this information, and then we made people lose their life.
And I honestly,
we gotta go. Yeah, but
it's not even a drug.
Yeah, and then we gotta go like this. But this is what fucked up about it. We gotta turn around and go like, yeah, go ahead. It's not a problem to us anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's
because it got so popular within the opposition of the directing.
Because them other boys with the paler side of life started liking it too. And then they said, okay, they grew up liking it, and they said, why do we make this shit bad? We might as well make it legal. You know what I mean? So we could do it in public also.
So then what happens to everyone else?
We just follow suit and decide that it's okay.
But I'm saying
not
in
weed,
prison.
Like, I never got locked up.
So imagine being locked up for selling lollipops, and then all of a sudden lollipops are cool.
Saying.
So then the people who sold lollipops, so they can go?
So that's what I'm saying.
So it's not about the drug.
It's almost at the time of Prohibition. When I was talking shit about Prohibition, it was like the time of Prohibition. Like, okay, there was a time when liquor was illegal. People had to make bootleg shits, and they was running it underneath tunnels, underneath the fucking ground,
right,
through the south and into the north. It was stupid
because you couldn't tax it,
right? And then they have something that's less legal, less horrible to the body and brain, right? But because some dude wanted to make money off his fucking paper mill, right? They decided to make this shit into an illegal substance, right? So it's like we want to die. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like what are we doing? Like, who's running the fucking ship? Who's steering the ship? Like, who's steering the ship?
Who's steering the ship for the nation, but who's steering the ship for the world?
I don't know, man.
You see what I'm saying? But these are the questions that you don't like. For example, we know that if we wanted to sue the pharmaceutical company, we would never make it past the week, right?
Right.
Let alone the week, but let's just say we had solid evidence. You couldn't go too far because there's money.
Country, pharmaceutical companies not even allowed to make ads on TV because that would be illegal. America's one of the few people that allows a pharmaceutical company to make ads online. You could actually have a Tylenol ad on between the cartoons and shit like that. Insanity. Like, I'm watching fucking SpongeBob, right? And then all of a sudden you telling me about, do you have a headache? Is everything so upsetting? You're like, what? This is for children. Like,
they get you starting. They prepping you. They prepping you at a young age to the point where you get older. I was watching that as a kid. Why would they show that on a kid show? I remember that as a kid. Let me just, like, I don't be taking any pain. Like, even my mom knows that. Like, she knows I don't be taking anything pain related. So I just kind of just go through it. Right. And if the only thing I would take would be like allergy medicines, and then that's it. So it was like, for me, I didn't really bother with it. But certain people would be like, yeah, I have pain. I need time. Like, you don't. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some people will need that, but it needs to be prescribed. But I feel like there's so many natural alternatives that people don't explore because the media says, like on TV, they said, oh, this is the way they'll take it away from you. Right. But then certain things like weed could help with those things and make your body less.
It doesn't even have to be that. Right. It doesn't have to be marijuana. I'm just more concerned about what the damage it was having this thing so illegal for so long. The damage it did to families. Right. The damage it did to just livelihoods, and then we just kind of like, oh yeah, fine, whatever. Now it's cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's not whatever. Right. You know? Like, you destroyed.
Accountability is definitely needed. Like, what are you gonna say to the families after saying everything is okay?
Imagine being a dude and you can't make a living, and then you decided to find a stupid ass plant that stink, right? And it was like, I'm gonna sell somebody this plant. Imagine being a gardener, right? Having the flowers, popping ass flowers on 42nd Street, right? And you're like, yo, I'm gonna hand somebody these flowers, and then someone walk up to you and say, look, I don't know what those people are gonna, because of what those people are gonna do with your flowers, you're locked up, right? For 10 years, whatever. Right. And then they got to come out during a time where everything's legal again. When everything's legal. We'll put them in there for 10 plus years. Or let's just say afterwards. Say you went through life, whatever. You did 10 years. Now, right, it's legal.
He's just like.
You're like, that's the same thing that put me in there for 10 years.
So what do you think
what you should get? What do you do? Like, how are you feeling at that time?
Should money pay off those time?
Should you pay them? That's another question. Like, should the government be like, all right, everybody who fucking
went to jail for this
gets a little salary or something, or like, I don't know.
I think that's fair. If I went to prison for 10 years,
that's a lot of motherfuckers though.
Well, guess what? They still didn't pay the reparation on that. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's a whole other conversation.
You know what I'm saying? So essentially, the money is there, but they try to allocate that. And Trump had said one thing which was really interesting. He wasn't lying with this bullshit, which was funny. It's the money that they were talking about that they had as a whole, and he was talking about where things were allocated. Mm-hmm. The stuff that he was saying, they were surprised he said it, and they were like, "Oh shit, nigga, what are you doing? Don't do that." Most of that, he said, we get like a fragment of the money, fragment.
Yo, we should have took that thing really more. They try to bury that so fast.
I'm like, did you hear what he just said?
Yo, they showed the numbers.
They showed you.
They legit, the paperwork came out showing where this money's going. And we're like, yo, we could have used that.
Our taxes are paying for shit that's not dealing with what we're going through now. So the money is there. So that means that money could have paid for reparations. The money could have been paid for a lot of things.
Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't got to be a dick about it. We could be on some like, we go on some like, all right, let's do some education. Let's pay the teachers more. Let's like, you know what I mean? Let's do something. Let's get these cops in trouble. Okay. Why are we handing money to motherfuckers we in combat with?
Overseas.
Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a politician. Maybe it's because
politicians, that's a whole other BS. Because we didn't have that many, but now we have a lot.
I would love to be voted in by accident.
Just vote in
into something. I'll be
like a Senate.
Like just by accident, just be like, yo, I'll just look at the screen like, yo, hey, buddy, they got this blank space on the screen on the ballot box. Can you just put my name there and see what happens? Let's just see what happens. And then all of a sudden, I get a call at home like, I guess you sent it, and I'm like, oh, y'all done fucked up. I'm against a lot of shit. I'm gonna be fucking shit up. They're like, all said to things to such and such spot. I oppose.
Right.
This is bullshit. All right, I'm opposed. I'm be there. I'm the only person there with a drink in my hand. Like, no.
And then a lot of them, they like to be kissing boots and whatnot.
Kissing boots
just for
what?
for votes. So it's like being high school again, but for older people, and that's what the House.
I'm so about this crazy. I'm so about this crazy. I'm not gonna say I'm not an anarchist. I won't say like because I don't. But I'm so about both sides winning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds weird. I'm about the right getting what they want and about the left getting what they want. I'm about them hitting each other in the middle. I'm about seeing what happens and what they create because they can't fucking come to a mutual agreement about the same shit that they're fighting about, even though they agree, right?
But it's not about us though.
But it's never about us.
It's not about us.
I'm about that. I'm about seeing the fucking chaos, right? But we gotta understand how dangerous this shit is. We have a whole bunch of people that don't understand we have like a whole bunch of people that don't understand us. They've been in that spot for so long, right? They don't remember what it is to be us. They don't remember what it's like to know people like us. Some of them people only know each other. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So how can you relate? And how can you make rules?
Yeah, right.
That relate to us if you haven't been, I guess that's why I said for rappers, there's an expiration date. You can't talk about you struggling no more when you're in the penthouse and you're not even in your same hood no more.
That's so insane. I couldn't stand them shits.
Like, you can't relate to me no more. We're not in the struggle. You're not in the struggle. I don't
understand why people won't just stay home for 2 weeks. Why they got fucking pools.
And a yacht. They have,
yachts. I'm like, they in the middle of the beach. Yo, quarantine is just, being by yourself. And they this fucking yacht going on. Just gotta be alone. And sometimes you're bored. They fucking naked on the beach. Sometimes you fucking models moving around. Right. Them. You're bored sometimes. Look at my jewelry. I'm like, dude.
How can I relate?
Bro,
to that?
I got a business to run. What are you talking about? My kids need to eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you on daddy's money, mommy's money, and you just chilling. I like, no. That's not how it works. That's why people are like, like my grandma's like, oh, you still working? Yeah, I have to work because granted, I'm, collecting, but it's just like, hey, you gotta balance it out. Like, what am I gonna do?
Right. What do people expect? It's a weird time we live in, yo. It's interesting though, man. It's an interesting moment. Like, we're gonna look at after we get out of this point, because I don't think it could last forever. I feel like it just can't. I feel like, of course, there's gonna be residual effects. Yeah, like anything.
PTSD for 2020.
PTSD for 2022. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People, I feel like somewhere around 2022 when we're gonna be mask off, mask off, like, future.
High fives is gonna be weird.
People still gonna be fist bumping. I feel like there's still gonna be some people with the mask on. People gonna be taking some chances, keep getting the mask off. Everybody has hope for this vaccine. I got no hope for the vaccine, to be honest with you. They already got a new strain, and they already talking crazy how some of the vaccine doesn't work on some of the strains.
Yeah, because you're late with the vaccine, and that vaccine's not even really fully ready. But
it's getting to a point where it's going to be like the Spanish flu, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's never going to go away. It's just going to, one day we're not going to talk about it no more.
Like when Ebola came out, I was more afraid of Ebola, and that just
they was talking about skin eating and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, come on now. Oh no. That I was afraid of, but but then that just magically disappeared. I'm like, what you mean it disappeared?
But it brought up sanitizer though. Ebola, the Ebola crisis made sanitizer a thing.
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have all those pumps.
Now
Ebola made sure niggas, like, because they was talking about people got fecal matter on their hand and shit. Like, nah, son. Here's some sanitizer.
It was like E. coli was phase 1. It was like, all right, little shit, it's all right, cool. And then Ebola, I'm like, nigga, no. Ebola's different, man.
Ebola,
that's different. And they said, oh yeah, we quarantined some people. You mean you eliminated people?
They made us not like Africa for a little bit. I ain't accept that.
They still do.
They made us think everything came from Africa, which it didn't.
Which it didn't.
Which you know where everything came from, right?
Where?
The place,
lab.
The place with the eyes goes sideways. You know what I mean? That's the place where, it's fucked up. But like the 4 major viruses came from the one fucking part of the continent.
But what did they try? What would people be trying to?
Hey, I want everybody to know this. I like y'all. I really do. I fuck with y'all the long ways. I've been watching you guys since I was yay high. Don't want to say nothing, but the facts is the facts, right? The facts.
But what
is
do you?
the
what are you
4
making?
major viruses came from that one spot, huh?
What's like? There has to be like intent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it publicly known? Like, you must be working on something productive, and this is like the byproduct of it going wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make a pie, and it could be either good, or it can make you go to the bathroom.
I was watching something. Oh yeah, word.
You get what I'm saying?
I was looking at something on CDC. There was like, there's so many viruses that people don't know about, that because they contain it, right? That like if those got out, it'll make fucking Corona look like silly, but like. So I don't know. I just feel like Corona's one of those things just got out of control. Apparently we've been fucking with it for a long time. It's in a lot of our products. It's a lot of our, like Lysol had COVID-19 in the in it. It's in it.
Not even a killer. It was in it.
It's in it. No, it kills. It kills, but they used it a different way. I feel like it said COVID-19 is used differently. So it's been there for a long time, but I guess the virus version of it was fucking fucked up, because they make a lot of these products, these household products and shit.
A virus eater,
right? So
you need to be a virus to eat the other virus.
Copy. So they make a lot of these viruses and stuff like that are used in these products that we use every day. What makes them the virus, like makes them this evil thing, is because they put other stuff with it. You know what I mean? There's in the short version of it, without me going all scientific and shit, because I've been drinking. I'm not gonna fuck it up. But yeah, they put other shit in it. So we've been fucking with it for a minute. You know, it's just, I feel like it's gonna. They already said like, oh, they got different strands. They're looking like an on-time virus. It's gonna be one of those things.
It's gonna capitalize.
It's gonna be one of those things that's either A, gonna get out of hand and we're all gonna die, or B, we're gonna have to figure out a way to just live with it. And then like, I'm ready to get started. Just living with the shit, because I'm tired. I can't breathe when I'm fucking working out, because I gotta wear them stupid ass masks. Right. And I sound like Bane and shit. You know what I mean? I was born.
I ain't want to have to drop it to you like this on your video, so you could do what you want with it. But you pay for water?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, to a point.
Right. Yeah. You pay for water. Okay, what else do you think you need other than water? You pay for food?
Electricity, food.
Right?
You know.
Do you pay for oxygen?
Oh, I feel like I do. I pay taxes, so yeah.
You pay oxygen?
I pay for oxygen.
You pay for oxygen?
I pay to be in this country, yeah.
How good is your oxygen?
It's beautiful. I like it.
It's beautiful?
I like it. Uh-huh.
Well, for those who think that, like, I think they have to capitalize on the oxygen. Because people said they wouldn't pay for water because water was typically free. Mm-hmm. Now you're gonna be paying for oxygen now.
You think so, yo?
You need oxygen more than you would need. But you think
we're gonna get to a point that we're gonna submerge us to a point that we're gonna need like oxygen as a breathing, like a supplemental oxygen as a help us breathe?
Yes. If the air, the air is quote unquote bad because. Now I'm gonna charge you for premium oxygen.
Do some shit like that.
We didn't think America would do a lot of things.
Nah, I don't think America's gonna lie. I feel like other countries. I feel. Listen, this is my red, white, and blue coming in. Right. I feel that America ain't. I think we're too stubborn to do some shit like that.
I think no. What it is it's not about like people. They know what's good and they know what's right. And there's people that would stop that even in the government to prevent that from even happening because they know like that's not good. Because there's people that have a moral compass, and there's a majority of them in the in the military and in the government and whatnot. But it doesn't stop the people that write their checks to push that in motion slowly. It's not gonna happen overnight, but that's the direction that we're going.
You want to hear something funny, right? How old are usually these senators and stuff like that?
Usually above 50, and we're talking above 60, really.
Usually grandparents.
Right.
Remember how overprotective your grandparent is about you?
Right.
Why won't we think that a whole bunch of grandparents won't act the same way? Even because their grandparents could be so overprotective to the point that you're like, oh, this is not good for me.
But most of those people don't have kids, and most of them people are not connected with their kids, and that's the issue. See, it would have made sense if you had a whole bunch of parents, but a whole bunch of parents who actually gave a shit about their kids. Some of these people are making money, and they're like, all right, I don't talk to my son. I haven't talked to him in X amount of years. I'm just doing my business. Those workaholic parents that they forget that you're there, or the nanny will take care of you. That's what you see in the government. Most of these kids, they don't be treating their kids like, oh, mom, dad, thank you. But no, it's not that. We're not seeing parents that give a shit about their kids in office and whatnot. We're seeing a lot of people who don't. Most of them don't even have kids.
Did you see what's her name? Callaway from Trump's cabinet. Yo, so her daughter put up a TikTok, right, of how her mom be bugging. Bro, that woman's nuts. She was like, yo, you shouldn't be in this house. You're a dumb bitch. All types of crazy shit she was talking to her daughter. This is the same woman that's in charge. I think she's in charge of, like, what is she? Treasury of State? Who is she? Callaway. Fuck, my phone's over there. Anyway, she's in she controls a big major part of the United States. Yo, she was bugging on her daughter. What was her name? Cole Callaway? Some shit like that. This is what happened when you try not to deal with too many topics, because all they do is want to fuck with me. When I'm out in the street, people want to talk politics with me, and I just be
Bo Callaway.
Let me see her. Callaway. Not Bo Callaway. You spelled it wrong. Hold on.
Damn.
No worry. Callaway.
Way too good.
That was my last guess. Callaway. Shit. Caroline Callaway. Barbara Callaway? Fuck, y'all. I can't remember. Sorry, everybody.
So you're saying that this person bugged out, and you're only proving my case. Like, if I'm working and doing things, like, you don't really see a lot of politicians being really family unless they're faking it.
Right.
And not to say that they're fakers, but they are.
Yes. Kellyanne Callaway. Kellyanne Callaway is a political consultant in Bidet who served as senior counselor to the president and administrator of Donald Trump from 2017 to 2020. She was previous. Sorry, you got someone that's just came in. She was previously Trump's campaign manager. Have been appointed August 2016. Callaway is the first woman to have run a successful U.S. presidential campaign. She was previously held the role of campaign manager strategist in Republican Party and formerly president of the CEO of the polling company and Women's Trend. Whatever. So anyway, she was bugging the fuck out on her kid, right? Wow, now her kid TikToked the shit, right? And made this whole big TikTok of it, of her mom wilding on it. And she is the consultant to the president. All right. Her mental is compromised, right? And she's in charge of us.
Let that sink in.
Yo.
Let that on top of Trump himself, but let that sink in. Okay. So that being said, I do not have trust in people in the majority that don't look like me. but just older people who cannot relate to me.
Yeah.
So that means all these people who are older, much older, they didn't get raised in like me.
Right.
Bernie Sanders was out here in the trenches saying the same shit that he be saying now in the 80s, talking about how the corporate is doing this and that and the third, and he still says the same thing, and then people ignore the truth, but then they feed to the lies.
But he's still 100 and something years old.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
True, but nonetheless, he stayed consistent talking about...
I get he stays consistent, but he's still 100 something years old. I don't want these people... At a certain point, you got to be on some like, all right, yo, what does the generation now believe?
What if we had a president that was 30? You think that changed the whole way the whole world would work?
No, I don't think a president should be 30.
But think about it.
I think a president should be somewhere around 50.
50.
I feel like 50, 55 is a good age because like you're not 30, right? You're not 20 and making dumb mistakes. You're not 30 and getting starting to get started, and you're not around 40 is when you're like, okay, you know the direction of your life and you're comfortable with the direction of life.
Right.
Right? Around 50 you already accepted everything, right?
Right.
So
that's if you were raised in such
way. I think when you become like because the older we get, the more stuck in our ways we become. You know
so that means at 30 you could bend.
Yeah, somewhere if you're around 50 though, you could kind of agree with the 40s. You get what I'm saying? You could kind of agree with the generation, but you can't be 70. 70 is agreeing with 60s, right? And 60s is dying at the same rate as 70s. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like when you're around 50, you can fuck with 40. 41 probably makes sense. Like
right.
what a 41-year-old's telling you makes sense. Imagine trying to talk to your grandparent and trying to convince him about things that has happened in the world and what you guys know now. Right?
Right.
He don't want to hear none of that shit because what? He did this shit already. He done. This is over. What are you talking about? No, motherfucker. This is how it happened, and that's how I grew up knowing it happened, and I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, we now know, like, this is going to be fucked up. Okay. We know one of our most powerful leaders, right?
Right.
In our brown skin community was a big womanizer. Doesn't take away what he's done, right? We're not going to say what it is. But we're not gonna. It doesn't take away what he done, right? It doesn't take away the impact that he put on our community. But it does say, it does give us a little bit more information about the man that he was, right? Good. What is a fucking 70-year-old gonna tell me, That's something I dealt with when I was 30, or it's something I dealt with when I was 40.
So if you say that you could be at, let's say 50, right? Just say quote unquote 50. If that means that, what's the cap off so that you missed your presidency time?
It's 65.
So 65.
I think if you get voted in at 65, okay, fuck it, you're in. Okay.
So then that's where things get a little loopy.
But if you're past 65, you can't be 66. You can't be 66. 66 is no go. If you were 65, ran for presidency, won, and then was president for 4 years, I'm cool with that.
How old was Obama? Like 40 something or 50?
I think it was that's why Obama was like, Obama understood.
Obama looking the best of his life.
Yeah, but he did look a little tired after.
Like you saw him beginning at the end. He was tired,
but he got a little spring back in his step now, yo. His spring is good. But like, he understood what it meant to be quiet. Now, get me wrong, OBZ did some fucked up shit.
Yes, he did.
He did some fucked up shit. Okay, and we're not gonna say them encampments didn't get. They got married in. They didn't come from nowhere. They didn't just start building cages out of nowhere. Right. OBZ did some fucked up shit, but he understood what he was doing. You get what I'm saying? He understood who he was communicating to. He was communicating to the workers and the 40, 50-year-olds.
Right.
The people who's been working already. The people who's been on the job, doing their thing. They are stuck in their ways, but they're not completely stuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's who he was fucking with. You know what I'm saying? There's still people that got pictures of him in their house that I know that's around 40 years old and whatever, because he understood who he needed to talk to. That was his demographic. It wasn't just black people in general. He was talking to a certain type of black person.
Right.
He was talking to the ones, the working class, the guys and girls that was already doing shit. Right.
Right.
He understood that. He kept a lot of shit quiet about a lot of shit that you ain't supposed to talk about as president, which I appreciate. Now, I don't appreciate knowing what a lot of the dark shit they did do.
Right.
I'm not going to say all them shits was nice, but what I'm saying is I do appreciate not knowing and let me live in bliss sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because, to be honest,
so transparency is an issue.
Transparency is an issue sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, that's fucked up.
And that's hard to be.
It's hard to say what you should be transparent about.
Especially when you pay.
Yes.
But
especially when I pay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me I pay X amount blindly to not know about the transparency, mainly because it's a matter of security, but I pay for this.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I understand the uproar.
Which is it makes sense to.
I understand the uproar would be like to find out there's encampments and shit like that.
I would
lose my fucking shit to see a child sleeping in a cage. Oh my God, it drives me nuts, yo.
Till this day,
I can't watch it. I can't see it, yo. It bothers me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be careful what I say right now. Very careful what's about to happen right now. Gotta be very careful. At the same time, I feel that. No, I feel like, yes, as taxpayers, I should know where the fuck my money is, and I should have the ability to fight for where my money is allocated.
We should be able to. I think what we should be able to do if we're gonna be like democratic and vote. All right, guys, do you think we should have a camp for all these kids?
No.
No. Simple, right?
No.
Oh, a majority of America said no.
Now, here's the thing.
Does that make sense?
Can I play devil's advocate real quick? Can we make sure we say that I play in devil's advocate at this point? Okay. So, what do you say when they're coming from, let's just say they're coming from a different country.
Right.
The country's not doing so well.
Right.
They're sending their kids over instead of themselves. The kids are getting things, bringing it back to their country.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's illegal. Maybe it's not illegal. Maybe it's okay. Whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What do we do then? How do we stop that? You know what I mean?
Stop it. No. I got something for you. All right. When America started, how did we start?
We start by murdering.
Yeah. That was the first thing that we did.
Nah, we act like we was cool. Nah, I don't know why I say we, like I was here. My generation was my people wasn't even here yet.
Exactly.
But
exactly.
But they started cool.
So, but when we fast forward in New York, we had people come from other countries, and then we had them sign up, and then we had different places for them to live and whatnot, like housing situation. There's places in the Midwest that we have a lot of open space in America. It might not be where you want to be, close to the city and close to the water, but we do have places. We have a shit ton of space. So you're telling me the money that we aimlessly throw elsewhere, we can't allocate that to build homes for cheap. But homes, I'm talking places that you live that have heat in it. And have a person that is a facilitator that sound like a foster home, but except it's a home, like I guess a holding home. It's like you get to live here and we treat you like a human fucking being and then we also teach you and then get you integrated no different. Yes, send your kid over to have a nice life.
I think the government is worried about is that
insurgency.
Exactly.
But then if you only think the negative, because I already thought about that.
But here's the problem. The negative happens.
If the negative
happens.
What about us?
What I'm playing devil advocate now. Now, if the negatives happen, right? The negative happen, and it could have been prevented. Right. It's our fault.
Okay, how do you prevent us from not?
From what?
Being insurgents.
No, there's no way of preventing you guys from not being insurgents.
So we cannot prevent it at all.
But at the same time, there's a way to prevent insurgencies from coming in.
So you're saying
you will have to get insurgents. You have to become an insurgent from the inside out, not from the inside. Not from the outside in.
But you just can't stop it though.
Realistically,
it's controlled. But all right, so you control. So then someone who comes here to visit, so you could be on here for visa, and then we send you back. But then there needs to be a rule if there's someone killing. Does that mean that we can accept?
Well, that's not the diplomatic process. We can't do that.
So then we close off the gate.
I don't know.
So then that's why I said so no, I'm just saying like so you mentioned that people in the House and Representatives they're too old to really kind of relate, and they have to be family oriented people. So what I'm really saying is, as a parent, you want the best for your child. So if America was doing the same thing and we wanted to go into other countries, they should open arms to us. But if they don't, we feel some type of way.
Hey, boy, let me tell you something. Okay, you anti-America around here? You anti-America around here in this song?
I'm just saying
important nonsense. Okay. I'll put a red, white, and blue flag behind this bitch.
I see some colors in there. Ain't no right.
Stop waving
out of nowhere. Look, we got him.
Nah, you fucked up. This is the American podcast. Nah, I get it, man. It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be weird.
So as a government, it's like there's no right or wrong.
No.
So at the end of the day, it's just
because it's no right or wrong because somebody wants to be in power. That's why. Because somebody wants to be head motherfucker in charge. If no one wanted to be head motherfucker in charge, there would be no right or wrong about the situation. Everything will be. I mean, there'll be a right and wrong because that's not how we do things. But somebody always want to be head motherfuckers in charge. So like it's.
But how do you? It's like the real question is. I think classes should have this. Is like if you were to run a country, how would you run it?
I think classes should have. Talking about that, I was thinking about it. I feel classes should have. Disappointment classes. Like there has to be a class that not only there has to be a class that feed creativity, and then there has to be a class that feeds the idea of not doing what you doing that thing for a living. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Like I want to be an artist.
Well, you can't be an artist, bro, because you wanna have $100,000 in your pocket in 3 months, and the artists only make about $20,000. What do you want to do? Right, so you can be like, there has to be a realistic version of class. Like, yo, look, I know you guys want to do this and this. Let me just give you some of these basic skills right here, just in case. I feel like there should be some shit like that, I feel like to me, there's too many expectations. This is gonna be controversial. There's too many expectations to follow your passion and win at it. The expectation behind that, it's too much.
So it's like I go to school to get an education, to get a high-paying job, only to realize that I have to go against everybody else who's also doing the same thing as me and also the same caliber, and I have to compete against them.
Yes.
And then if I don't win, there's no debriefing. There's no, maybe next time.
There should be a realistic version of class that tells you that type of shit happens.
It's like, all right, what's your plan B?
Yeah. What the fuck are you going to do now, bro? Like, there should be a version of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be a class like that says like, all right, look, man, you might want to be a fucking most popping guitarist in the world, right? You probably trained for hours on a day. You never stopped. You about 33 now, 34.
Right.
You got 2 kids. What are you gonna do? This should be a realistic situation like that. But when you go online, all you see is keep going. You're all gonna make it. That's not true. Right. Only a small percentage really makes it. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the fucking dedication to do it, of course. You got to be the motherfucker to do it.
On top of making music, what do you do? And then I feel like...
What else do you do?
Right.
That's why I always tell like people that work with me, I go, what else do you do? They'll be like, all right, I do blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, is there anything else? Because what if I don't need that? What are you going to do then? You know what I'm saying? It should be a realistic situation like that. Because if you would tell a 20-year-old man, like 20-year-old boy, like, listen, yo, you should follow your dream. You should do what you want to do. But hey, there's a chance. Bro, that it might not come through. you need to know how to fall in love with something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what kills us all as guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what usually kills us. Because we're in love with something so much, we're in so deep, that when we don't make it, or we don't learn how to switch our love to something else, you know what I'm saying, or our passion to something else, or, you know, or change a little bit, we just end up as bums or these fucking depressed ass human beings that's working at fucking, I don't know, wherever the fuck, Kinko's, or is Kinko's still around?
I don't think so.
But like, whatever.
But then that translates to the kids.
But that's fine. Like, I want my kids to understand. Like, look, I'm behind you 110%. I don't give a fuck what you do, right? Like, you could be like, oh, daddy, I want to be the best ballerina in the world. Motherfucker, let's do this ballerina shit. Let's go. But yo, there's a chance some chick from Russia gonna come through and steal that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do then?
Right.
Like, what is happening after that? Like, are you gonna be able to translate this to something else? Because this is real. This is real life. You know what I mean? Like, real life, this type of shit happens. You know? Like, I personally hate the beautiful love songs. Like, I mean, unless it's a love song, I hate when people make it seem like life is this beautiful love song. It's not. It's tragic. It sucks. It fucking hurts a lot. There's no time. Even when you make it, you're not going to feel like you made it. Right. You're going to feel like you're always working. You're never going to really feel time to enjoy it. There's always going to be something that sucks at that moment too. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we teach and condition these kids and stuff like that, oh, it's going to be cool. Once you make it, you're going to understand. Life is going to be great. You're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. That's not true. It's not true. You know what I'm saying?
When has school ever put us in the direction without us always referring to school as always doubting us?
Yeah.
It's always been that teacher that said, fuck the standards, that I'm going to believe in you individually, but also tell you, like, yo, these are the things that you could do as well.
I have this one teacher I ain't never going to forget. Her name was Miss Rack, and she gave me the amendment. She gave me all my constitutional rights as my graduation gift. She also did a lot of other favors for me. She was pretty cool. And that helped me so much because she pretty much told me, like, yo, like, she came to me and said, yo, you're not in high school. Life is going to be fucking hard for you. She was like, you're big. She's like, you're an intimidating black guy. She's like, I just want you. She was a white woman. She told me straight up. She's like, you're an intimidating black man. She was like, life is gonna be hard. You need to know this shit. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for her, I'd have been jammed up. I'd have been jammed up if I never read that shit. And there needs to be people like that comes out and just be like, look, yo, shit gonna suck. This might not pan out. Like, yo, just be prepared. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just be prepared. It's all cool. Like, yeah, having a plan A, plan B is cool, you know. But be prepared when this shit don't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? It sucks. It hurts. Be ready to start over.
Right.
Be ready, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, what do you want to do?
And it's always the teachers that or people have to step out of pocket in order to tell you these things because the system doesn't mandate these things to, like, oh yeah, be out of pocket. No. It's usually the individual that that has that moral compass and they want to pass it on. Right. So there's no curriculum, there's no class for that. You get what I'm saying? So we want that, but if she never did that to you, then it would have changed your life. So people like her, they're sprinkled. Because I had a teacher like that before, and they would tell me certain things like, oh, you know, one of these days you got to do this and whatnot. And I was thinking, I was like, I don't know about that. Like, and then some people be telling me certain things, and I'll be listening, and it's like, those are the directions I do now. Whether it's like, all right, teaching, you're going to be a teacher, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Like, these are things that, like, they see something in you because you're not paying attention to it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, us American people have to, or just people in general, have to get out of pocket to do the morally correct thing.
Right.
And that's not fucking raiding the Capitol. Just wanted to throw that out there. That's not
before we end this shit. How crazy was that, yo? Did you, just a chocolate,
and you want to talk about being American?
As a chocolate brother, yo, fuck all the American shit. As a chocolate brother, how did you feel? When they raided the Capitol, bro.
I was so angry. I was calm. That's how angry I was. I was angry and calm. I was so angry. I was calm because I was saying to myself, as it was happening, I couldn't imagine because they were raiding the Capitol, but in my brain, I was saying to myself, they passed the cops. That means, and then usually when you get outside, because apparently they were escorted out, that the cops would be waiting for you if you robbed a bank.
Don't get me wrong. Listen, before we finish that, there were some cops that were in the Capitol who really tried their best.
They did. Eugene Goodman.
To keep them people away. Eugene Goodman, the other officer that used his own body as a shield to barricade to stop them from entering the door. There was a few there was police officers that did their job, but there were also police officers that let them motherfuckers in, and they should be found, yo, because that is the most. This is again, here's my red, white, and blue flag coming out. That was the most treacherous shit you could do to your nation.
You were the last person to stand in their way, and you decided to walk to the side.
You are the last defense between terrorists,
yes,
and our nation capital. Like one of the most important shit that we have. It's in the back of our money, yo.
Right.
It's insane. I couldn't even, I think Kat called me, right? And then she was just like, yo, she was like, what's going on in your brain? I'm just like, yo, I can't even fathom how they was able to even get in. Like, I just, they in my brain, I'm like, yo, you need a team. There gotta be like some secret handshakes and codes.
They zombie apocalypse. They World War Z the shit out of the Capitol.
Yo, my man was running up the side of the building.
I'm like, yo, and they couldn't. That just shows you that if there was a zombie apocalypse, we clearly don't stand a chance.
Clearly,
not at all.
Clearly, I would have. Listen, first off, I am so glad I'm not a police officer. Let me.
That doesn't make us look good.
It don't.
It doesn't.
I'm not even getting to that. Yeah. But bro, if I was a police officer, I would have mowed you motherfuckers down.
Right.
Because that is the most sacred spot.
Right.
Like, these people that stand by the Capitol have a fucking. They have a what they call a reputation for being the tough motherfuckers, right?
Right.
You telling me these motherfuckers ran past you fucking tough clowns, yo. Again, not the ones that did their job, not them. Okay, I respect those guys. These tough clowns, let these motherfuckers. I remember that little fat donut eating ass clown waving the guys in like he was some type of. Remember that video?
Right. I'm like
waving it. Come on, waving them into the Capitol, yo.
They're under investigation, by the way. Just to
good.
let you know.
I hope the FBI legit puts you in a place. They put their fist in your ass. That is insanity, yo. And then some dude took a shit on the Senate floor.
Oh, really?
Disrespect, son. Disrespect on levels. That is nuts. Some dudes.
Wow, the level of comfortability.
The lady stole the laptop out of Nancy Pelosi's thing. Was trying to sell it to Russians. She didn't even get a lot of time for this, yo. I'm so annoyed about this whole situation.
But let us talk about just talking about some
shut
justice.
My shit off because me and fucking Zain talked about fucking aliens and Epstein. Fuck y'all, yo. That's fucked up.
But we got more alien showings than we did the time we talked.
The aliens are now fucking here and they're watching us because this is a
they're
fucking
about to
reality
leave.
TV show.
They're about to leave.
This is the episode of the fucking Kardashians to them, yo. This is so stupid. Take me with you, bro.
Nah, we're seeing them leave. Those little UFOs just it's them leaving.
Them piecing out.
They said we gotta go. It was like not them coming. They're actually leaving.
The fucking square things they're finding all over the planet. I know where the little
why we not talking about that?
I don't know, bro.
It was on the news. Oh yeah, there was like a giant obelisk tower thing.
People
that
taking
showing
pictures of it, and they got quiet about it.
And they said, "Oh yeah, it just appeared out of nowhere." What the fuck you mean?
3 different locations.
3 different locations. What do you mean it appeared?
They appeared in more, and I bet you they ain't telling us, yo.
Yeah, MIB took care of that.
First off, if there some guy who tried to put up on Reddit that there's like the aliens are fucking like invisible and they're with you all the time, and I just want him to show himself, cause like if you've been watching me get busy, you know what I'm saying. This whole time I got a question to ask you about your dirty ass, yo. Got a question to ask you about your dirty ass. Last time I'm gonna ask this question. Alien coochie, what's up? What we on the spectrum about that?
If there was a possibility.
There's a possibility. No teeth. Let's just take that out the option, because everybody goes, what if there's teeth in there? No, there's no teeth.
That's the least thing I'm concerned about. I'm worried about acidic properties.
Fuck all that, yo. We going YOLO. We wilding out. We put a condom on. You know what I'm saying?
Acidic properties gonna melt that shit up.
Blue juice and start spraying out at they nut. You know what I'm saying? What we doing, bro? We in there?
Oh my god.
We in there? We jumping.
On a hypothetical? Absolutely. See how the disclaimer?
On a hypothetical though, I'm definitely in that fucking avatar. You tripping, yo.
You think they want anything with us? We the dirty ones out here.
Yo, I was telling my boy, I was like, here's the fucked up thing about humans, yo.
We just some dirty stuff.
We would be amazed about the aliens. I was like, I guarantee you they probably see in a 4th dimension. They're probably so exclusive to life that we don't even understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the reality they live in is so different from the reality we live in. You know what I mean? But us seeing it would be the equivalent of looking at angels for the first time. I was like, but I guarantee you, once that wears off, my boy, first thing we're gonna think about is, can we fuck it? So first thing we're gonna think about as a man is, can I fuck it?
He's like, and then there'll be the people like,
I held one down. You think I can fuck it? You think one of them will let me fuck him? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, that's the start of the human race.
Yeah. I mean, you think one of them will let me just buzz one nut in it? You know what I mean?
That'd probably be acidic to them.
Can I get that for you? Alien be like, motherfucking monkey got on top of me. Started humping the shit out of me. Now I'm sick. Fuck, yo.
He's like, I caught the
I
human.
told him that's not even my hole. Like,
the
what
human
the
19.
I got the human 19 virus. These fucking shits, yo. Fucking gross ass human shit.
Maybe
yo.
that's where COVID came from,
them, bro. Like,
maybe that's COVID coochie.
That's where COVID coochie came from.
That's where it really came from.
Yeah.
It said a bat, but really it was a bat humanoid alien.
Yeah,
and then
the
we
bat
did this.
humanoid alien. I was looking at the original. Okay, we got to end this shit. So I was looking at the original angels.
Yeah,
right. They was showing what angels will really look like according to the Bible. Them shits is scary. Them shits is scary, yo. Like horse heads with 3 heads with fucking the size of a cat.
We had the humanized.
Yo, this other shit was like a fucking. He was a fucking bull, a lion, a human, something else behind him. I think a bird behind him. And then he had no legs, no arms. He just fucking had to spin like this and shit. And he's an angel. I was like, can you imagine seeing some shit like that coming towards you? Told him I'm here to love you. I'm like.
And that's why that's probably why they die the moment they see. They're like,
I would fucking shit my life away, yo.
And then they don't know English. So what do you think they're gonna say?
They speak to you in an angelic language that melts your brain. These things is terrible. Fuck that, yo. Angels are scary looking as shit. According to the Bible, angels are scary looking, yo.
Right.
They're fucking monsters.
We hear angels and so precious.
Oh, they're so precious. It's because they made from God. How you
legit
know that wasn't
warriors?
How you know that wasn't God's fucked up project? Like that was his project, and he was like, "Fuck, I fucked that up."
He's like, God, make them angels.
Shit. The angel race didn't work. I guess let's try this new.
Try to put everything in one, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So it's like, I gotta separate them and pick
humans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers is bugging. They told some daddy, like, get away from me. Get away from me, you fucking weirdo. You're fucking weirdo. You got like 20 heads. Stupid. Like, yeah, you got a wings with wings. That's so stupid, Gabriel.
Like,
go sit
I don't
down.
want to scare them. Let me put them in
Gabriel,
another part of the
sit
galaxy.
your dumb ass down. Go protect something or something. Fuck out of here.
Oh,
fucking
my God.
centaur. You're a centaur. Who made you? Me? I fucked up. Okay.
They're gonna play this back and be like,
I'm gonna die and be at the pearly gates. So
remember that part?
So Gabriel, go fuck yourself, huh? Nigga, my name Gabriel. All right. Where's the stairs downstairs? Is that the one that goes downstairs? Yeah, you go over there.
Right there.
Yeah, you go over there, boy. Little stupid ass. All right, let me.
Real quick, I just watched a movie that was wild. It was called Psycho Gorman, and then they said the character, he's evil, but the kids are making him not to be good, but to make him pretty much do their bidding and whatnot. And he was threatening them the entire movie. But then he said in victory, like a warrior's death is when they are eaten by the person that they're defeated by. And then his whole jaw unhinged like a snake, and he just started eating the person. Like, that was a warrior's death. And I was just like, that was the sickest shit I ever seen in my life.
What in the fuck were you watching?
It was a Psycho Gorman.
Psycho Gorman.
It was actually a funny ass movie.
Swallowed them? They gain like some energy or something?
No, like legit, like it was like very practical effects. So it looked like, like a Jeepers Creepers, but then it looked like he had like the whole thing to start just eating and blood everywhere and to start devouring. Like not digital, practical effects. Yeah, it was pretty sick on how they did it. And he just he was like already normal, but then his jaw and his body opened.
We're gonna call this for our Zain suggestions.
Yeah, Psycho Gorman. Check that movie out. It's pretty funny.
Gorman.
It's a funny movie.
Unhinged his jaw and ate him.
Yeah, just like I could probably find.
Got nothing from it.
No, nothing. He just ate him because it's a warrior's death. Like after
that's not a warrior's death.
That's how like
warrior's death is just combat.
No, after he beats him, that was a warrior's death. I don't want to be eaten. That's why they no.
That's okay. That's okay. I think just like
that movie was sick.
Well, let's finish each other. If I lose, right, just leave me.
Right.
Because I'm dead now. Like, don't eat me. Like,
no, they were alive.
Oh.
Yeah, they wasn't. He beat them, and then they were there, and he's like, "Oh, you were a good warrior. You deserve a warrior's death."
You know what videos fuck me up now? People who fuck with crocodiles. I go, why?
Why crocodiles? Like, they be wrestling.
And then a crocodile turn around, grab the arm, and hit him with a 360 spin move. Fucking snatch that shit and disappear. Like, I be like,
I don't know why I did that.
I go, every time, yo, freaks me. There's this one old dude. He's at a golf club. I guess he thought he was cool. The fucking croc snatched him real quick, yo. I let him go. He's so fucking lucky. Some old man threw his jacket on top of him, thought he was gonna get on top of the croc. The croc turned around. I was like, arr. It's a legendary video, right? And that dude, the croc just let him go, and he started kicking away from the croc because the croc was gonna chomp again. But boy, like I'm like, man, I see a croc. That's one reason why I won't move to Florida right now. Like,
they're everywhere.
I have the ability to go to Florida, live very nicely, talk to the crazy people that are out there because they're all nuts, and just deal with the typhoons and shit like that. But here's the problem, right? They got crocodilios, right? and I heard there's now crocodiles down there. It got to a point that the anacondas are trying to eat crocodiles because they ate everything else.
Florida's a wild place. I didn't even know they had anacondas in Florida.
I remember being at a fucking Wendy's in Florida, and there was lizards climbing up on the side of the wall. One changes fucking color so you could climb up the black wall. There's another big one sitting on top. I'm like, what safari am I fucking in? Then there was a chicken across the street. I'm like, oh, this place is weird, right? place isn't for me.
Yo, Florida is the Australia of America.
But I just can't fuck with a place where crocodiles is climbing fences, God. Like, I just can't do it, yo. I can't get me a dog and feel safe.
Right.
You know what I
Because
mean?
it's like, my dog got eaten by a gator the other
my
day.
dog's supposed to protect me. I shouldn't have to protect that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be that way. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
A gator taking my dog away.
Well, they have gator food out there, so it's pretty good.
I never got to eat no gator yet.
Philadelphia,
gator, let me know.
They got gumbo. They have gator gumbo. I had that
in Philly.
Yeah, Philly, like downtown Philly.
I heard you can order some off of Amazon, but it's not the same.
It tastes like seafood.
Gator has the biggest protein source though. It's like 64.
I mean, it's a fucking dinosaur.
I mean, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the only thing that's different about them, they got smaller. Why? Because they're not eating as much.
Let's talk about.
They're not eating as much. They're not eating any other dinosaurs anymore. Like,
right.
If there was other dinosaurs alive and they had to eat dinosaurs, they get
how
as big as
big
dinosaurs. That
motherfucker was. If they grew to be that big in general.
There should be only 3 of them existing in the world if they get that fucking big.
There was cases in Africa they had that.
Bro,
I forgot the name of it. They had a particular name, and they said this crocodile was huge, and it was killing the locals like it was nothing.
Yeah,
and they couldn't kill it. Even hunters tried,
because
and they couldn't do it.
Nothing else is as big as the locals, and it has to eat.
Right.
And imagine living in a village where your only source of water is infested with fucking crocs. Oh, people don't know how good they got it, baby. They don't even know how good niggas be walking away with no arms.
Right.
Yo,
today was a good day.
Had a kid come back with no arms. Oh,
and we talking about we struggling out here.
I
don't think so.
Imagine my kid come back with no arms, yo.
I lose my mind.
I was a crock of dizzy, yo. I jump in that water and want to fight.
Right.
I'll die though, honestly. Them crackers will fuck me up.
I'm Wolverine the shit.
I don't know where you're gonna get them claws from, but you go ahead and try that. Huh? No. It won't work. No.
They're gonna eat some grenades, I'll tell you that.
I'm definitely coming from a plane somewhere. Yeah, that's insane though. Crocodiles are nuts. Florida's infested. Shout out to everybody who lives in Florida though. Shout out to the sexy chick that was trying to come back home with me. Yeah. She was a nice lady. She was very nice. But anyway, Zain, where can they find you, bro?
They can find me on I Am Zain Studios on Instagram. They can find me on I Am Zain Magazine on Instagram and Twitter. And also check out my website. I got some really dope exclusive content. I Am Zain Studios.
We're gonna try to get Zain here every few months, yo. Like every 3 months, we're gonna try to get Zain here because we always have a fucking good time.
I'm gonna wear a mask next time.
No,
like a full face mask.
It's too late. They're gonna know your voice now.
Nah, I'm gonna get a voice changer. Actually,
I will have to voice change you in this video.
I'm gonna have a live one. Like it's already, it's connected to me like they do in the movies.
Boy, man. We out.
I'm like, hey, how's it going, man?